Well, good Wednesday to you all. It's April 6th, and this is Good News Wednesday. Just an opportunity for me to jump online and share a little bit of good news with you. And today I want to start by sharing something that I am thankful for. Well, there's lots of things to be thankful for. What are you thankful for today? I would love to hear whether you're right with me on Wednesday at noon or whether it's a little later on, but share in the comments what you're thankful for today. And I bet you if you live around here, if you're close, you'll say something about the sun, the weather, something like that. And it is a beautiful day here in Douglas, New Brunswick. But what are you thankful for today? The thing that I'm thankful for, and I just want to be thankful today. And the good news is going to come out of something that we talked a little bit about on Sunday, but I've been thinking about it a lot. And I am just really thankful that Jesus chose humility. We talked this past Sunday, and we were talking about being at the table and how humility is essential at the table. And I pointed out that Jesus is the perfect example of humility. And I am so thankful. We're getting ready for Holy Week. Next week is Holy Week. And I am so thankful that Jesus chose humility. And that's what we read. We read in the Bible, in Philippians chapter 2, we read that Jesus humbled himself in obedience to God. When Jesus came to this earth, he humbled himself. And he humbled himself not only by coming, the King of the universe, the Son of God, the Messiah, he came to this earth. He humbled himself. And he even died a criminal's death on the cross. And of course, Holy Week, we celebrate all that Jesus did for us. And I am just so thankful today that Jesus chose humility and that he was indeed a perfect example of what it is to be humble. And I want to say a few things about humility today as we think about being thankful that Jesus chose humility. He chose to humble himself. He chose to come. And I pray that you'll be thinking about that over this next week, all that Jesus did. And he was a humble person. He was gentle and he was brave. He was both gentle and brave. And that's what it is to be humble. It's not about being weak. Humility is not thinking less of yourself. It's been said, but it's thinking about yourself less. So humility is not thinking less of yourself, but it's thinking about yourself less. It's about putting the interests of others before your own. It's about knowing and being confident in who you are so that you can bless others. And Jesus did that for us. Now, I saw last night, let me tell you a story. I love to tell stories on Good News Wednesday. I saw last night an example of humility. I saw an example of humility last night as I was leading my Quest group, a group of kids here at the church that I get to hang out with every Tuesday night. I saw examples of humility. I saw some people putting the interests of others ahead of themselves. I saw parents. See, last night we invited the parents to come to my Quest group, and we thought it would be a great opportunity for them to see what we do at Quest, hang out with their kids, have some fun. And so these parents came, and they were hanging out with us at our Quest group, and we were doing all the things that we would normally do, including games and challenges and activities. And I saw some parents who probably don't use this on a regular basis. This is a skipping rope. 'Tis the season for skipping ropes, right? Skipping ropes and chalk and bubbles, that's what come out this time of year. But I saw some parents last night using this and skipping. We had a little skipping challenge, and the kids were going against the parents. The parents did quite well, actually. But I have a feeling for some of the parents, you don't have to identify yourself out there today, but some of the parents, it was a humbling experience to be skipping again. Not something they do every day, but because they were putting the interests of their kids before their own, it was a humbling experience. And I was just so blessed to see it, that the parents jumped in and tried their very best and put the interest of their kids, and their kids loved it. Their kids loved having them there. And their kids loved having these challenges and skipping and things like that with their parents. And so just an example that I wanted to share today, in a small way, how we can do things that maybe we wouldn't do otherwise, but because we're putting the interests of someone else before our own, we go ahead and we go for it. And maybe we're even humbled as a part of it. And it can be a humbling thing to try and skip rope against some of these kids. But I'm so grateful that that parents did humble themselves last night. And we need to, who we need to be. If we want to follow Jesus and we want to follow his example, we want to understand what it is to be a part of his kingdom, then we need to understand that humility is an important aspect. I'm thankful that Jesus chose humility. I'm thankful that some of these parents last night humbled themselves and got involved. And I want to encourage us today as we go into Holy Week, as we think about Jesus, as we think about all that Easter is, to think about how we can follow the example of Jesus and be humble even this week. How can we put others first? How can we think of others first? Let me end today with this little bit of good news from Matthew chapter 5. Matthew chapter 5, verse 5. This is what Matthew chapter 5, verse 5 says. It says, "Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth." Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. These are the words of Jesus, our Savior, our Messiah, the one who humbled himself and died on a cross for us. He said, "Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth." Now, if you do a little bit, we don't have time. Good News Wednesday, we don't have time. But if you were to dig down into that word meek, doesn't mean weak. It actually means humble. Blessed are those who are humble, for they will inherit the earth. In fact, one translation puts it this way: God blesses those who are humble, for they will inherit the earth. God blesses those who are humble. And so may that be an encouragement to you today. Maybe the world doesn't see meekness or being humble as a good thing, but it is a good thing. And the scriptures tell us that God will bless those of us who humble ourselves. God bless you today as you put others first. Have a great Good News Wednesday.